This book is called I Survived the San Francisco Earthquake 1906 by Lauren Toshish. And when I read this book in elementary school, I loved reading about natural disasters. And there's a bunch of books of the I Survived series that are all about how someone survives a natural disaster. And I think you should read it. It's a good nonfiction book that a lot of people like and read. And I'm going to read the first chapter for you to see if you would like to read it, and I think you should. Chapter 1, April 18th, 1906, Recon Hill, 5:12 a.m., San Francisco, California. The sky was still dark when the ground began to shake. Most people in San Francisco were still sleeping. Just a few were awake. Shopkeepers arranged their store, getting ready for the day. Carriage drivers fed their horses. Newsboys ran down the sidewalk to pick up their newspaper to sell. An 11-year-old Leo Ross was in a broken-down building high on Recon Hill. When the rumbling started, Leo thought it might be thunder. He had no idea that deep below the city, two gigantic pieces of earth were pushing past each other. Powerful shocks exploded up through the underground layers of dirt and rock. All across the city's streets ripped open. Buildings swayed, walls crumbled, and houses came crashing down. Broken glass, hunks of wood, and piles of bricks were tumbled into the streets. Leo stood in shock as the floor beneath him rose and fell like ocean waves. Hunks of plastic hit him on the head. Windows shattered, spraying glass all around. He tried to scream, but his throat was coated with dust. He wanted to run, but he couldn't even stand. The shaking was too hard. And then there was a sound like an explosion. The ceiling above him has burst open. A brick hit him smack on the back, and then another thud hit him on the shoulder. Crash! Dozens of bricks poured down. Leo fell to the floor and curled up into a ball. The bricks kept coming, raining down. He couldn't see. He couldn't breathe. Soon he would be buried alive. And that was the first chapter. And hopefully you read that chapter and finish up the book to see what happens to him and what happened before the earthquake had started and what he does to survive and get out of the earthquake. Thanks for listening.